Hello everybody, and welcome back to Pokemon Scarlet Violet. We are going to be continuing, well not actually continuing, we're going to be running a new shiny hunt today, which is going to be our shiny hunt for, as you can see on the screen, OSHAWOTT and the Samurott family. We need 3 of them, again, because the Hisuian variants are not going to be gettable by this. We need to get one that's specially bred to be able to be Hisuian. So we're just going to go with our normal thing of just hatching egg with sandwiches. Because I didn't realize how good the egg sandwiches were. Hello, Ghostface. That dude, Mudkip. Mudkip, you better not have lost any 100 or 333 point games because of the nozzle nose. But how is everyone doing today? Hope you guys are all doing delightful. I certainly know I am. Not sure how long everything's going to be today. We kind of went through a lot of the egg hatches pretty quickly before, so depending on how fast they go this time, we might actually be ending off a little early. But it's going pretty good today. Hope everyone's doing pretty good. But yeah, let's look for some shinies. Let's look for some sparkles. Let's hatch these eggs. I've been greatly enjoying the fact that the egg sandwiches hatch eggs ridiculously quick. So we're doing that. Hey, Gabi Muse, how you doing? So, it's alright, we can go back to the Portal Muranata auction house and go check them out. Nice that dude. Very nice. Yeah, X and Y, not my favorite game, but I understand why people like it. I understand why people like the game. It isn't my personal cup of tea. I'm more of like an Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon kind of person. Well, black and white as well. But yeah, freaking insanely fast egg hatching when you use the egg power sandwiches. I love it. I wish I'd known that it sped stuff up this much sooner. Also, look how adorable OSHAWOTT is. Look at this little adorable thing. It's so happy. Not as happy as Totodile is, but it's very, very happy. But again, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more if you haven't done so already. How did you guys enjoy the Kirby video today? Hope you guys have been enjoying that series. I've been enjoying recording it. We're going to be also doing the Magolor epilogue as well. And we have the urge to exterminate an entire Pokemon species for hiding the shiny Pokemon. Oh, not exactly. There's a few. Not exactly on my end for that. Anyway, OSHAWOTT is a football. OSHAWOTT isn't really a football. It's not round-shaped. It isn't round in the same way that Rowlet is round. Because Rowlet is a very round thing. OSHAWOTT is just very, very adorable, happy. Look at that little happy thing. It's adorable. Oh, it's a Fletchinder. That Deerling's walking animation looks really, really awkward. It's like, does not look natural at all. Freaking Fletchinder. I really, really don't like this one. That's every time it's a Fletchinder just wanders into me. It's like, oh, yeah, Fletchinder. No, we have a better Flame Body Pokemon in the form of Volcarona. All right, and with that, we're actually going to be at our first 5 of them. We do not punt the egg. We do not punt the Mudkip. Unless the shiny becomes a shoe, we do not punt them. They are not puntable. Also, I like how everything here has a perfect HP nature, bro. Shiny under this game is so far. About X and Y. I mean, to be fair, shiny hunting in most games is generally boring. You know, that's... You know, in a lot of the older games, shiny hunting was just, okay, soft reset, like legendaries and things like that, or just, okay, encounter, run away, encounter, run away, encounter, run away. We have kind of been spoiled by this game where, like, encounters are shiny in the overworld and we can see the shiny. So that kind of has spoiled hunting in older games. Hey, Jace, how you doing? Yeah, we've kind of been spoiled on, like, shiny hunting in the older games because of the new ones. But again, guys, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Oh, no, 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 Fox. That was also directed to you. Agent, I know Mudkip does it more frequently. It's kind of Mudkip's MO. Glad you're doing well, Jay. That is not any shiny of the Goomy. Pokemon. Shiny Pokemon quote-unquote. Yeah. Legends is just, here's a free shiny Pokemon. Literally the entire game. Welcome in, Ethan the Pig. Just woke up from a nap. I had to sleep. But honestly, migraines is a thing that I get as well, generally because of how much I, like, play games and record stuff. So I feel you on that. Again, guys, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Shiny giveaway is going to be in about 2 weeks. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. We already have a shiny Dratini, Ethan the Pig. We've already acquired that Sparkly. And that was a shiny that took an annoyingly long time to get. I'm gonna take your shiny noodles and use them as pool noodles. Do not hit things with Dratini. Dratini is a good noodle. It is a good cotton candy noodle. But shenanigans for me at random points. So, pretty much box standard for what we do normally. Shenanigans are always amusing. We enjoy shenanigans. This channel was founded on shenaniganery. Yikes. Yeah, migraines are not good. They suck. That is all I can say, is migraines suck. It's a good cotton candy noodle, Mudkip. It is a cotton candy noodle. It isn't a floof noodle. The floof noodle is Furret. Nope. No. But yeah, I'm going to be releasing them off stream. Just found that easier. No good. Well, the first one we actually hatched had a 0 stat. Delightful. Delightful. I don't really think that I actually would go for a 0 speed OSHAWOTT now that I'm thinking about it, because Hisuian Samurott actually has like very, very high speed. Well, relatively high speed. It's 85 base. So you wouldn't run that on a Trick Room team. And regular Samurott's speed is, I believe, 70, which is a bit faster than what you'd want on a Trick Room team. So probably not going to specifically breed 0 speed ones. Yeah, I can save some spares, Jays. Good jackhammers being self-skull. Oh, bro, migraines are terrible. I'll get dizzy at the time. Yikes. Yeah, mine are predominantly from, like, just how long I look at screens. Which is why periodically you guys may see me, like, I mean, well, normally, sometimes the lighting doesn't allow it, but, like, it's why sometimes you'll see, like, I just close my eyes midstream, like this. Sometimes you really can't see it. So it's like, okay, just my eyes need, like, to rest for, like, 5 seconds. Okay, let's go. So I do that from time to time, but generally when you guys can't really see it because of the way the shading is. Or, you know, it's like I zoom out the face cam a little bit, so when I do it, you guys can't see it, really. Yes, Mudkip does play Splatoon. Mudkip is one of our chief Splatoon one of the chief people we play Splatoon with. We enjoy Splatoon. We enjoy playing Spoon. I love that game. Very enjoyable. Yeah, I just love how, like, all the enthusiasm for the Samurott raids, it just dies on Thursdays. Like, there's enthusiasm for a Thursday, some enthusiasm on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, nope. No one just cares at that point. I just find it funny. Oh, Splatoon. Splatoon 3. This game. The game where you play as a squid or an octopus and you ink terrain to win. Honestly, I really like it. It's very clever. it's a very quippy series. I enjoy it. We've been doing a Let's Play on it, so if you guys do !playlist, you guys will, I encourage you to watch the Splatoon 3 Let's Play. Very entertaining. I've only played Splatoon 3. I have not played Splatoon 1, I've not played Splatoon 2. Depends, that dude. Like, if I find a shiny, yes, I add it to the team. But if I find a shiny, I do add it to the team. But, you know, otherwise, I go, like, okay. Generally, I want to use these Pokemon. Background have you made since we've gone for the last, like, 1,000 streams? A lot of progress, Chad Brown. A lot of progress has been made. But again, guys, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. But actually, when you say the playthrough of the thing, a few months ago when we first got Scarlet Violet, I actually got day 2 a shiny Pawmi. And I added that to my team because I was at that time I was using a Tadbulb to eventually use a Bellibolt. But I got the shiny Pawmi and was like, okay, I'm adding the shiny Pawmi to the team and I'm using the Pawmi. And then we just did like an early stream of early on, and I got no shiny charm, just Masuda hunting. I ended up getting a shiny Frigibax, which I evolved and used that as my Excalibur on my team. You know, people liking shiny versions of Pokemon. Any form of hacking and genning, I immediately disagree with. Even if my stance is, if it is hacked, if it is genned, it is bad. There is no gray area for me. Any Pokemon? I don't really believe in changing shinies. Custom-made shinies are not something I like. Like, that's actually a large part of why I'm not a fan of shinies post-Generation 6, well, Generation 6 and onwards shinies, is that they were all intentionally designed. You know, part of, for me, like, the love of shinies was, yeah, shiny Charizard, shiny Rayquaza. This was an accident. And it looks freaking amazing. But then when, you have, we're gonna custom make black and red shinies because they're awesome, it kind of takes a bit away from the shinies, in my opinion. Like, I like, almost like the happy accident nature of, like, a lot of the old awesome shinies. Yeah, I can do that. Because I'm going to be releasing the spares off stream, so yeah, you guys, if you want, I can get you guys the OSHAWOTT if necessary. Eve Desert. The way that actually shinies were determined, Ghostface, from Generation 1 to Generation 5 is actually an algorithm. So basically it was this is the color value of, like, the Pokemon normally. If it is shiny, add 1 to the color value. That's why all of the, like, so many blue shinies in Hoenn, they just turn purple. Because just the color after the color that blue is purple. It's why, yeah, like, Espeon and, like, Mewtwo's tail both turn the same shade of green, while, like, Zapdos, Pikachu, Pichu, Raichu all have pretty much the same color scheme. Because just the color that comes after is just... It just is the color right after in sequence. Yeah, I don't... I see, like... Custom designing shinies is kind of that weird thing of, I don't really like custom made shinies, because, like, I think there's more appeal in shinies when they're an accident, I guess, is kind of my stance. It's like, designing shinies to look cool means deliberately designing the thing normally to look less cool, I guess, is kind of also my thing. It's like, we could have made this thing look awesome, but we made it not look awesome to make the shiny look even more awesomer. It's like, not a fan of that. Hunt Zacian. Never Mudkip. I'm never gonna hunt Zacian in Pokemon Shield. Never. That's one Mudkip. Yeah, you actually can hunt them. You actually can hunt shinies back in Gen 1, Jade. It's determined by DVs. So if you trade it over to Generation 2 game, if it has a certain DV selection, it actually will be shiny. It's weird. It's very, 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 very weird. I don't really think it would be cool, because I think it takes away a lot from, like, those pre-existing old shinies. Really, Jade? Really? I mean, again, it's more like I don't really like it when stuff is manipulated after the fact for, like, increased value of something is more my stance on stuff. It's the stats. Yes, the stats. That is the way in which you shiny hunted back in Gen 1 and 2. It's a very fascinating, very weird thing. But it's kind of why I like it's very strange. It's why that back in Gen 2, it was the only time where breeding a shiny resulted in an increased chance of a shiny being the result. Because a lot of people still do think that that's the case. Where, oh yeah, if you breed a shiny, you're more likely to get a shiny. Now, that was only true back in Generation 2. Because back in Generation 2, DVs were passed on. Because the personality value of the Pokemon was tied to the DVs, and I don't remember why, but something about the DVs did get passed on because of the personality value. Like, I think it's maybe for, like, simplicity. But it was the only time where that actually happened. I hate Gen 1 stats, too important. Oh, I mean, I hate Gen 1 and 2 as well. I'm not a fan of Gen 1 or Gen 2. So I'm with you on there. Yeah, DVs are IVs. They operated a little bit differently. Same with, effort values were a little different back in Gen 1 and 2. Back then it was a stat experience. They're functionally kind of the same, but there's also a lot of little particular differences between the two of them. But yeah, Jade, I mean, granted, I'm not a big fan of Generation 3 and prior, mostly because the physical special split didn't happen yet. I'm a little too spoiled on Generation 4 and onwards, where the physical special split is a thing that exists, and I have a very hard time going back and playing the Gen 1 and 3 games. That's one of the reasons why, like, I love XD and Coliseum as a game. But playing those games is so hard for me. Because it's just like, it moves. I mean, another thing is, like, this is one thing that I'm noticing. Because I did a Generation 3 draft a couple of years, not a couple, like, actually it was last year. Where it was a Generation 3 Pokemon Draft League. And I was noticing not good moves, not good moves, not good moves, not good moves. Like, all the moves that I'm used to using, aside from, like, Earthquake and Brick Break, like, Earthquake, Brick Break, Flamethrower, Ice Beam, Surf, and Thunderbolt, basically all of those came out in Gen 4. So, like, it's one of those, like, I have a hard time, like, adjusting back to the older moves. Depends on the format. Depends on, like, what format it is in. Because Excadrill has a good typing. It's good on Trick Room. But the issue is, like, what else is in the game? What else is good? So, it's a bit too vague of a question to really be answerable. Meta, give us a physical representation. What do you mean? What do you mean, Fox? Not sure I'm following. It's a weird way to get infinite shinies. Yeah, I mean, that's because, like, you just manipulate DV values, because Generation 1 is a game that is, coding-wise, completely unstable. And you can just, like, force the game into doing things it shouldn't do, because it's very easy to mess with the game's coding. Hello, Ash. How are you doing? How is Ash? Hope Ash is doing good. Again, a bit of kind of a hard thing to ask, because again, VGC differs so heavily depending on, like, you know, in like one season to another. Like, sure, only one or two things can change, but it massively shifts everything. And there are certain Pokemon, like, there can be amazing, you know, one VGC season, and then, like, the next, not good at all. And this, it just, like, wildly swings up and down. Like, a great example of this was back in Sword and Shield. For the first, I think, like, 3 or 4 seasons, maybe it was just 3, like, fairy types were, like, the best thing to use. And then we got Crown Tundra, and all the fairy types just nosedived after Metagross came back. And then they never really recovered after that. So it was like, you know, in general, was Togekiss good? Like, it was one of the best things that it was. It was super, super great. But then it crashed big time. Is it good? Not the easiest thing to say, because it went from one extreme to another extreme. Gonna be streaming? Nice! Very nice, Ash. That is not good that your phone was stolen. Why was your phone stolen? Are we a robot-speaking human, an animal, or figure? Just... Are we a robot-speaking human? An animal or a figure? I have no idea what you mean there, Fox. My brain is actually starting to hurt now. That is actually making my brain hurt to think about. Oh, legendary. I actually don't even... I'm pretty sure Oshawott shines like a little bit of like a different fade on it. I could probably pull up a picture of what Oshawott's shiny looks like. While we're going through this whole song and dance. I just prefer the generation... I just prefer the Generation 5 animated sprites. So I use those. Let me go pull up a picture of what the shiny for Oshawott actually does look like. There we go, shiny. I have an entire folder that is full of all the 3D animations for all the shinies for generations 1 through 8. I do not have the ones for Generation 9 yet, because I don't have those on here. That someone has not actually compiled a list of all the animated GIFs that are transparent. I know Andreas was doing that, though. He was working on a few of them. All right, where is Oshawott? A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. There we go. There's Oshawott. Yeah. Yeah, Oshawott's shiny. The blue is a little darker, and then the nose is more red. Also, the Scout Chop is a little different color. But yeah, Oshawott's shiny doesn't change super much, but it is a noticeable shift. I just like using the Generation 5 animated sprites, because I just think Generation 5's art style was just better. I just really prefer the Generation 5's art style. Nice, Jade. Very nice. Glory to Team Nessie. Glory to the team of the Loch Ness Monster. I have absolutely no idea what that means. Hey, Rosie, how are you doing? How is Rosie doing? Again, guys, if you haven't done so already, please do not forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so. Here we go. Yeah, the nose is a lot more red, and like the Scout Chop is a little like reddish color on it. It's a little noticeable. It is very noticeable. Oh, no, there's just a chat thing. There's just a chat box that I can just see. Look at how happy Oshawott is. It's so happy. How are you doing? Why are you very happy, Rosie? What has gotten the Rosie very happy? Final game of Splatfest. Wish me luck. I wish you good luck, Jade the Exeter. The Exister. Hope you're doing good, though. We will have to make another sandwich in about 5 minutes, which is good. I mean, again, we're going through eggs pretty dang quick. Not a charge shot for stream. Just starting out. Yep, exactly not a charge shot. We are just starting out this shiny hunt, and it is hopefully gonna go pretty well. We've had a couple of Overrod's Masuda shiny hunts, so I would appreciate if the game gave me, you know, some good Underodds ones, because we had some good Underodds ones. We've also had some annoying Overodds ones, but I hope the game is going to be nice with me on this one. Especially after the shoe that Froaky's been. Because Froaky's been frickin' shoeing. Iwat is not as adorable as Totodile. But then again, what is more adorable than Totodile? I won this Splatfest is earlier because I was on a winning streak of 7. Yikes. Yeah, I was like, I gotta get ready for stream. I stopped playing Splatoon a little bit earlier. Yeah, the Volcarona is great. One of our first shinies we actually got in the game was the Volcarona, and we just use it now as like both our competitive Volcarona, because Volcarona is one of my favorite Pokemon to use competitively, but also it is the designated Flame Body Egg Hatch Pokemon, because it is fast enough to run away from basically anything. And unlike Talonflame, I actually like Volcarona. And I like Volcarona shiny. Yeah, Splatfest does end pretty soon. Panic. Panic. Calm. More panic! Welcome in, Rainbow Dragon. Thank you very much for popping in. And again, guys, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. We also do a variety of stuff on the channel, so if you want to see more stuff than just shiny hunting, such as Let's Plays, we do those. Exclamation point playlist will bring up the list of them. It's not playing because I like more the Volcarona. Dunsparce, I think Dunsparce might, because Eviolite in Trick Room. Yeah, Coil, Eviolite, Trick Room is something that I think does have competitive viability. Mostly because like people did use Trick Room, Serene Grace, Flinch Hacks, Coil, Dunsparce historically, and now it can run actually Eviolite, so it actually can have like a little bit of bulkiness. I also used to use Colossal, but it was also Santino Tarquino's Colossal, because he's in the Penn State Pokemon Club I'm a part of, and I just asked, like, I need help with the doubles team for a competition. Can someone help me? Like, what's good in competitive doubles? And one of the guys in the club said, oh yeah, Santino might know a thing or two about what's good in VGC. Now, little did I know, this was the Santino Tarquino who beat Wolf Glick in the Players' Cup. I was unaware of this, so I was like, I heard that you did, you know some stuff about VGC. And then one of the other people chimed in and said, yeah, he's the one that beat Santino. He knows more than a little bit about Colossal. Cue my jaw dropping. That was awkward. Someone clip that. Cue my jaw promptly slamming through the floor and realizing, oh crap, this is the guy that actually, like, did a lot of good stuff competitively. I got a GMX Colossal from Raid. Demon No Egg Hatcher. Favorite shiny Pokemon. Honestly, I really like Shiny Magnezone. I got a soft spot for Shiny Zone. Like, I know like the color fades out from it, but I just like the gold, the bronze of that look. I like the color scheme. Shiny Magnezone probably is my favorite Generation 4 shiny. Probably. I haven't really looked at too many Generation 4 shinies overall, so maybe there's one in there somewhere that I do like actually more, but just don't realize I like it more. Remember, guys, put that in Maxis out of context. Because this is one thing I'm going to do. I'm just going to go through out of context Max at some point with all those clips and just, like, download all those streams cut out those little bits and portions of it and just make like a 5-minute video of just max this out of context. I wouldn't say it is the best. Again, like, this is one of the things that, dude, is there is no Pokemon competitively that is the best, just, you know, from the state of just, is blank thing the best? A lot of Pokemon do similar things, but they also have very, very different positive and negative matchups. So, like, you know, Grimmsnarl, yeah, fantastic screen setter. But one thing that might make other screen setters better is, you know, better support kit, better other moves, better typing, and, you know, it's one of those things where it's very situational. There's not a simple thing of, yeah, this thing is better than this at doing this. It's much, much, much more complicated. You know, like Klefki could be, you know, said, like, you know, Klefki also possibly one of the better ones, because it also gets Prankster, also gets both screens, has an incredibly obnoxious typing in that it only has 2 weaknesses, but it is susceptible to taunt, and, you know, Prankster taunt users. Grimmsnarl, on the other hand, has a worse defensive typing, but it is immune to Prankster taunt users because of the dark type. Pros and cons. You know, you gotta weigh, okay, which one do you like more? Do you like the better typing, or do you like the immunity to Prankster? You know, it's not simply as cut and dry as one is better. Klefki tastes the best. Klefki should be melted down into a paperweight. Klefki deserves oblivion. Complete oblivion. I forgot I modded for someone a minute. Funny one, Kip. That Pokemon tastes the best. No idea, because I don't eat Pokemon. Though I would probably say fish, because I have a weakness for seafood. Speaking of seafood, we actually had seafood yesterday. I love seafood. Seafood is delicious. Nope, Klefki has 2 immunities as well. It's immune to dragon and it's immune to poison. So again, situationalness. It is not strictly better than Grimmsnarl. Again, perfect example of that. Yeah, again, there's always, you know, certain things that are going to be better than certain other Pokemon in other contexts. So it's one of the reasons why I stay away from, you know, blank thing is the best, because, you know, what is the best in one case might not be the best for others. Okay, no, it's not shiny. I have a few left over Rowlet eggs. If we go through all of these eggs, we will get working on the remaining Rowlet eggs. Yeah, again, they're on equal level. There's really, whichever one is better generally goes by your team composition. You know, it's not strictly one of them is better than the others. So that's kind of the logic I have when it comes to Pokemon competitively is, you know, unless it's in a context of like, okay, what is the best Earthquake user? In which case, you know, pretty much, you know, Garchomp or Landorus is generally going to be that answer, because, you know, well, it's generally going to be those two. Mostly because, like, yeah, what makes them good is, like, they're generally faster than basically everything else. They have a higher attack stat. They are better at using that Earthquake comparative to other Earthquake users. But that's a bit of a different thing, because, like, best Earthquake users generally are stab ground types. And it just simply has the best speed. Both of them do. But they also differentiate in other ways. Landorus, fantastic ability of Intimidate, whereas Garchomp, you know, has a rough skin, the dragon typing. Again, bit differences. Oh, nice! Nice rack. Nice, we're getting one. Again, guys, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to subscribe for more. Again, that's one of the reasons why I try to stick away, I try to, like, stay away from, like, blank is the best Pokemon, because the best can fluctuate very, very wildly depending on, you know, contexts. Like, you know, best legendary. Yo, what are you talking about? Okay, well, like, a best legendary of all the legendaries that have ever existed. Because, you know, you're comparing, you know, say, Mewtwo Gen 1 with Amnesia to Mega Rayquaza to Zacian to Xerneas to Primal Groudon. There's so many different ways that it could be taken on that it's too vague of a general of a question. That, like, the answer given is kind of worthless because the answer is so undefined. So, yeah, what Pokemon tastes good? Because reasons, Fox. Because we tend to stay away from these kind of topics, because, they're weird. But yeah. But how is everyone doing? Hope everyone is doing quite well today, because I know I'm doing well. How are you doing? Actually, what do I still gotta record? I still need to do a little bit more recording of Splatoon 3. Okay, I still got some more eggs to hatch. No, I have not. Shiny Pokemon have run away from us before, but I have never knocked out a shiny Pokemon. I have gotten knocked out by a shiny Pokemon before. Shiny Onix knocked me out in a playthrough I did of Platinum. Didn't end up getting the Onix, but I have never knocked out a shiny Pokemon. No thank you, Shiny Hunter. I do appreciate the thought, though. I appreciate the thought, though. Yeah, I prefer to collect my own eggs. A lot of the time is, like, I just, like, sit here and just collect my eggs in general when I'm, like, editing stuff. But also, for those who have not done so already, we are going to be having a shiny giveaway in a few days. About 2 weeks, we are going to have a shiny giveaway of basically all the spares of shiny Pokemon we just accumulated in playing and in doing our shiny hunting. Pokemon knocked stuff out of me. See, that's the reason why anytime that I ever go shiny hunting a Pokemon, I will always check what its moveset is to make sure, does this thing have Explosion? Does this thing have Double Edge, Takedown, Wild Charge, Brave Bird? Does this thing have Final Gambit? Does this thing have any possible way of taking itself out of the equation? And, you know, if it has, like, okay, it has Final Gambit, it has, like, Takedown, okay, I'll bring in a Ghost type. But if it's got Explosion or Self-Destruct, I bring out the Golduck. Because Golduck has the ability Damp, which just completely prevents anything from using Explosion. Which is amazing, because we actually did encounter, I believe it is, 2 Shiny Forretress, both of which tried to use Explosion, and Damp Golduck was like, nope, 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 you're not blowing up. And we were able to catch it. It was hilarious. Seeing them try to go explode and they just couldn't. 60. Yeah, we don't. Good send metal lots of pickles. Do not send pickles, Foxy. You know I despise pickles. You know I detest them. Yeah. Yeah, I always... I mean, it comes a lot from my competitive side of things, Rectrap. Is... I analyze and I figure out what is the most effective way of doing something. And also, I want to minimize risks. Which is why, when we shiny hunted Zapdos, I went in and I counted however many power points Zapdos could have for certain moves, and I kept a notepad in front of me. Okay, this used Drill Peck this many times. This used Thunder Wave this many times. to count it down to know, okay, what is the risk of this thing potentially using struggle? I acknowledged you earlier, Foxy! I acknowledged you earlier! But yeah, I go through and I count how many moves things use just to make sure, like, it will not knock itself out. Because I had a Master Ball in that file, because I don't ever use my Master Ball, like, in any of the games if there's no roaming legendary. Specifically in the event, like, a do-or-die situation like that pops up where I need to use the Master Ball on something. And it was like, okay, if it gets to this many turns, I will use the Master Ball, because then it can use Struggle. Which is exactly why, when we get around to shiny hunting Arceus in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, I am going to be using my Master Ball on it if the turn counter passes a certain point. Because I normally like catching my shinies in Luxury Balls. But for Arceus, because it's level 100 and it's a full-on shiny hunt, I'm not risking that, and we're going Master Ball if it comes down to the, brass tacks. If it comes down to, like, the wires, like, okay, we're not risking this, Master Ball. But we're going to try and get it in the Luxury Ball, because Luxury Ball is the best Pokeball. Well, technically Beast Ball is better, but Beast Ball doesn't work on, like, most things, because the Beast Ball. It's cool, but it's awesome, but impractical. No, thank you, Shiny Hunter. I appreciate the thought, though. I do appreciate the thought. Oh, we need to set up another picnic for our egg power. Virtual pickle. I don't like pickles. I don't like pickles. Is the next raid event a Ditto raid event? Ditto, interesting. So what's the Ditto raid event, Omar? Tell me the details. Say them in the chat, not in the DMs, because I'm not looking at DMs right now. What are the details on this Ditto event? Because I'm most curious. I need 5 packages of pickles. Oh my god. No, Draco. That's what they do. That's exactly, like, Draco, that is the point of a channel, is to be bullied by the viewers. It's kind of the whole point. It's why we do it. But now to establish a new shiny hunt sandwich of eggs, because egg power does actually make eggs hatch faster. Is the game? Bro, we gotta get off the thing. I don't know that it exits you out of the menu when you do that. I get why it does it. I don't like that it does do it. What am I doing? I shouldn't be using that control. I should be using this one. Let's see. Turn this controller off. Turn this one on. There we go. So one thing about this one I don't like is that the buttons are loud. Like, you can actually hear me pressing the buttons on this one, when you can't hear me pressing the buttons on the other one. But welcome in, Pink. How are you doing? Hope you are doing very, very well tonight. Maybe getting Confederate Dittos for passing down IVs as pickle as gifts. Yeah, I don't use the Ditto for breeding IVs. I just use bottle caps. I have over 200 bottle caps in game. I do not need to breed specific IVs, unless it is a 0-speed nature. I just use bottle caps because I'm lazy. Exactly, Rabbit. That is exactly what it is. Can I battle? Oh, we love battles here, Rack. We do enjoy battling. I'm sure someone here would enjoy battling. We are even doing battle streams at some point in the future, though. I need to finish making a couple of more teams. But there will be battle streams. Again, we have historically done them, but I need to build a couple more teams before I can, like, bring it back. Draco, if you need an OSHAWOTT, I can send you one. Because, again, I have a whole bunch of these that I got from breeding today, and I can just send them off to people if they need it. I don't think anyone uses Ditto for IVs. Yeah, I mean, there's people who do, but I don't use Ditto for IVs anymore because I don't... I mean, a large part of it is I don't need to use Ditto for IVs anymore because I have so many bottle caps. I just find it easier to use bottle caps. You know, there's people who do them. I mean, Ditto for passing down IVs is more beneficial to people who basically aren't me and aren't just like constantly grinding raids. For most people, Ditto is actually a very, very valuable thing. Because again, most people don't have, you know, 200 bottle caps and like 52 ability patches. So something like Ditto is like highly valuable. So it does make sense. Yeah, go, you can get one. It was mostly for Masuda or fight Ditto versus Vivid Terrorite. Not really. Ditto's for actually a lot of things. Ditto's for many more things than that, Lucas. But yeah, like the main ones are for the competitive IVs without having to use bottle caps. But again, I just use my bottle caps. Yeah, I can get you one, Draco. Okay. How many of you guys are in the Discord? Because when this sandwich runs out, I can trade some of these to you guys. So once this sandwich runs out, I can trade off a couple more of the OSHAWOTT to you guys. Which is one of the reasons I'm glad like, I don't release them on screen. I mean, most people use Ditto for competitive breeding. Most people do use Ditto for competitive breeding. Ditto Ditto versus Ditto Terror rates is actually not good. It's better to have the leader of the Terror raid actually bring a level 1 Pokemon. So that way the Ditto turns into a level 1 Pokemon, and a level 75 Ditto has all the stats of a level 1 Pokemon. So it actually is better to have, to not do Ditto versus Ditto. Yeah, there's the... Ditto is occasionally used for competitive, but mostly it actually is used for competitive breeding, because you use it to pass down IVs, or Masuda method hunting. But I mean, you know, breeding is basically the whole function of Ditto these days anyway. Okay, 1. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, we'll be trading out some of these OSHAWOTT. These are also OSHAWOTT in a Moonball. I did specifically catch mine in a Moonball. Look how happy it is. It's so happy. I take a stride. I can lose the Discord password. I've known a couple people who have lost actually their Discord passwords. One of the reasons why like, I just keep my stuff in. But the level 1 can't do anything to you. Like, when it transforms into a Ditto, it still has the stats of a level 75 Pokemon. Meaning it takes a lot longer to actually beat it. Whereas if it, say, transforms into a level 1, like, Magikarp, one hit just completely takes it out because it has the defensive stats of a level 1 Pokemon. Anything completely destroys it. That's why level 1 Pokemon are better than using a Ditto, because the Ditto will be copied, and it will still have a very high relatively defense. I mean, yo, we're talking about something transforming into a thing with a defense stat of, like, 6. As opposed to something like a defense stat of... What's that? What's Ditto? Let me check what Ditto stats actually are. Like, a Ditto's true stats would be. I'm kind of curious on this now. So I'm actually curious on that now. Because this is one of the things I love about Bulbapedia and I love about Cerebi, is they actually have a thing that says, yeah, this is what the true stats are at a certain level. So let's see. Ditto. I love how the first thing that comes up when you type in Ditto is just the Pokemon Ditto. But then again, that could just be like my search results being manipulated by my common search histories of like, yeah, just like think Pokemon. Alright, let's see. Bulbapedia forums. Let's see, what is Ditto's stats looking like around like level 50? Because like it's a big difference between turning into a Ditto. Because like that's why they want the level 1 thing. Because it actually ends the raid actually much quicker. There we go. Ditto. Game data stats. Base stat line. Yeah, Ditto at level, level 75 would have about 150 defense compared to the defense of like 6. You're doing orders of magnitude more damage, which is why the preferred tactic is the level 1 thing. I'm gonna preemptively get rid of my first Ditto popped up at Ben 10 Alien Force. Yeah, I mean, probably it is based on search histories. But freaking Ben 10, that was a great show. Ben 10 is one of the few series I will, like, periodically rewatch. Like, I think it's, like, almost every, like, year and a half, I do, like, a full Ben 10 series rewatch. A lot like how I do, like, a full series rewatch of Star Wars The Clone Wars every, like, almost every year. There's a few series that are that way, where it's, like, every 8 to 12 months, I will rewatch Avatar: The Last Airbender. Almost once every 2 years, I will rewatch a few other series. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is probably one that goes in there. We do not hunt Hisuians, are we yet? Matter if I have 3 restaurants, can I use polymerization on that? No! That's not how that works, Mudkip. Polymerization doesn't work that way. I wish it did, though. Yeah, my, funny thing, my brother and I, we never actually had a polymerization card. Despite all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Packs we bought. Like, this was back when Yu-Gi-Oh! Was just original Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. We never once got a polymerization card. What do you mean the creepy Ben 10? I don't watch anything from Omniverse onward. I just watch like Ben 10 original, Ultimate Alien and Alien Force, and I just after the end of Ultimate Alien, there's no more Ben 10. It doesn't exist after that point. I don't care that they rebooted it. It doesn't exist. The reboot doesn't exist. It's a white red blue eyes. Because the Blue Eyes White Dragon uses lightning. Reshiram uses fire. If Reshiram was an electric type, I'd go ahead with that joke. But it's a fire type, so it doesn't work, and I'm super sad about that. Probably like, yeah, we never once got a polymerization card. And I just, like, the way that we always did was, okay, just, like, discard any spell card, and we just treat that as polymerization. Omniverse isn't bad. I just don't like how they made Ben an idiot. Like, I really liked how dark Ultimate Alien and Alien Force were, and then they kind of made Ben go back to kind of being an idiot like he was in the original series, and I didn't like that as much. Like, I like the darker tone. I enjoyed the darker series, because, I don't know, I enjoyed it more. Like, Omniverse isn't bad. It's just like you're comparing an okay to good series to one that's like great to amazing. You know, it's never gonna stack up. Yeah, the reboot, the reboot doesn't exist. We ignore the reboot's entire existence, aside from the one reference the reboot made to Generator Rex. That's it. That is the only thing about that reboot I acknowledge exists, is that it referenced Generator Rex, because I loved that series. I'm so sad that series ended and it didn't come back. I'm so sad that series never came back. It was great. I know Omniverse isn't part of the reboot. I just act like Omniverse doesn't exist. I don't like Omniverse. I just don't care for it. Though I do like that they actually referenced Transformers in... Like, this is weird. Transformers Animated is canon to the Ben 10 universe, but Ben 10 isn't canon to the Transformers Animated universe. It's very, very weird. It's very, very weird. It's like how when you learn, oh yeah, Mortal Kombat's canon to, like, the Rambo universe, but it isn't canon to the Terminator and RoboCop universe. It's like, what the freak does this make any sense? This doesn't make sense! Oh, Fox. You can't say Pain without just me immediately thinking of the Naruto character Pain. It's just like, all I have now is Troy Baker and Matt Mercer's voice just booming in my head of just, you will know pain. And my pain is greater than yours. Whereas another series I actually just finished rewatching. Great series. This time I actually skipped over the filler. Yeah, later Omniverse is good. Like, I would say the first 2/3 of Omniverse I just do not care for at all. The end, like, the last, like, third of it isn't bad. But it's like, you gotta go through, like, the 2/3 of it, which are just not great to get to that point. And at that point, I just don't see it's worth it. Exactly. That is exactly the reason I don't like it, David. It just, they revert his brain back to being a kid. I don't like that. Canon to Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is a canon. What the freak? Explain that, Ghostface. How is Mortal Kombat canon to Scooby-Doo? I don't believe that. There is no way that is a real thing. That is not true. It can't possibly be true. Now I have to remind the word of pain. I mean, I enjoy being reminded of Naruto. I enjoy that series. It is adorable in, like, various specific places, but also, like, very heartwarming, as well as, like, awesome. Like, I still love how that series goes from, like, oh yeah, ninjas do ninja fight things to giant kaiju punch fest in the span of, like, excluding filler. Of course, you know, you just cut the filler out of existence. In the span of, like, 300 episodes, it goes from ninjas doing ninja stuff to giant kaiju punch fest. And it all makes sense in context. And I freaking love that. Shaggy appears in a Mortal... Are you sure that isn't, the Warner Brothers, fighting game? I know that there is a Warner Brothers fighting game that has, like, it's got the DC characters in it, it's got Bugs Bunny, it's got, like, Steven Universe characters in it. What is that game? Madara's great. Madara is just so entertaining. It's just like, how do you beat this guy? You don't beat him. You don't beat Madara. You just don't. And they never beat him. They did not actually beat Madara. No, but I know that there is a fighting game that Shaggy is in. I know he's in the Mortal Kombat trailer. I'm trying to remember what the fighting game that Shaggy is in. I do remember that trailer is an actual thing, because it canonizes the existence of Ultra Instinct Shaggy, which I find hilarious. Yeah. Steven Universe is one of those series that, like, there are days I intensely remember Steven Universe exists, and then there's other times I just forget Steven Universe was even a thing. It's the weirdest flip-flopping in my brain. My brain is like a pancake. It just flops back and forth. Multiverses, that was like, I couldn't remember the name. It was like, it wasn't Fractured. It wasn't Nicktoons Unite. That was another game that I love. Like, Nicktoons Unite was a great game. Granted, I enjoyed the Fairly OddParents when I was younger. I enjoyed Danny Phantom. I enjoyed Jimmy Neutron. And I didn't really watch SpongeBob, but, like, I enjoyed Nicktoons Unite. Yeah, I remember that one, because that's, like, where they canonized the existence of Ultra Instinct Shaggy. Like, Madara was great. Like, Madara was great. They don't actually beat Madara, which is my favorite part of that entire thing, is, like, you don't actually fight him. He loses because of third party. He gets third party bodied. Because he's just too good to be he's just too powerful. How do you realistically stop Madara? You don't. Oh, no, Fox. Your mistake is in assuming I have an actual brain. I don't have a brain. It's just a desert in here. It's just a boundless expanse of sand that lies between these ears. Hey, Nafy, how you doing? How is Nafy? Hope Nafy is good. Go to the mods, please go grab Nafy's link. Hope you're doing delightful, Nafy. Hope you're doing delightful. Yeah, not exactly 110% positive how long tonight's stream is going to be, but we'll figure that out as we go. We'll figure it out as we go. We're doing it live. Well, obviously we're doing it live. It's the only way we can record these. There we go. Welcome as well, Litsune. How are you doing? No, Mudkip, that's giving my brain non-existence too much credit. It's just sand. It's just all sand in here. Like, I tip my head over, but it'll all pour out. Alright, how much longer we got on the sandwich? We got 12 minutes. Okay. So when this sandwich finishes up in 12 minutes, then we're gonna go start, giving people the OSHAWOTT if they need that. Unmet as a brain, tumbleweeds. Exactly. That is exactly what it is, Ghostface. It's just tumbleweeds moving around inside here. There's nothing. It's just the vast expanse of nothing that lies between my ears. Seen as a brain everywhere in the world. Nope, Goppy, you didn't miss anything important. Other than, like, a giant tangent about, like, cartoons from when we were younger. Not really. Well, yes, but I mean, it's like, the protagonists didn't kill him. But, like, it was more so he died because he died because whenever a tailed beast is ripped out of a Jinchuriki, they die. And he had the 10 tails ripped out of him. It wasn't like, okay, he gets defeated by the heroes. He got third-partied. Nice! Splatoon is a delightful game copy. Splatoon is highly delightful. And I eagerly await the results of this Splatfest. I think Team Nessie gonna win. And I think the Loch Ness Monster is gonna be the victor. And again, if you haven't done so already, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Salmon Run is also delightful. I love Salmon Run. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of horde modes in general. Like, that's one of the reasons why, like, I wish we could get a good Aliens game. Because one thing I have always wanted is for them to make, like, an Alien versus Predator game, or, like, a solo Aliens game, where there is a wave-based survival mode, where every couple rounds, you get to fight, like, a boss alien. Like, you know, you fight the Crusher, the Praetorian, a Queen. Just something like that. Like, that's what I really want to get out of an Aliens game. And it just absolutely kills me on the inside that Aliens Colonial Marines is the official canon sequel to Aliens. This causes me immense physical pain. Like, it kind of amuses me how there is legitimately... No, let's talk about... like, it amuses me, but also heavily pains me that on the Alien vs. Predator wiki, there is literally an entire separate page for Aliens Colonial Marines for all of the problems in the game, ranging from, like, bug and graphical problems to continuity issues to just, like, everything. And it's just, like, how many games are there where the page of the game's problems and, like, inconsistencies and, like, continuity errors is longer than the actual page about the game? Oh, Aliens Colonial Marines, you pain me! But I'm also glad that game frickin' bombed into oblivion. The funny part is a lot of the problems that exist within Aliens Colonial Marines, the video game, are entirely because one person forgot to put in a single letter E. Now, the reason for this is that because a word was spelled wrong in the coding, all of the code after that error did not get read correctly. And a modder went into the game, found this typo, because it was the word tether was spelled wrong. They went in and they fixed the typo in tether. And the game actually played right because it could actually use the code it should have been able to use before. And it's just, how? So what do you mean about Ash? What do you mean about that Ash, David? Do you mean like Ash, our friend Ash, or like Ash in Pokemon? What do you mean by that? Because I'll be honest, I'm kind of glad Ash is leaving the series. Because as a character, I feel Ash has outstayed his welcome. Like, as a character, they kept like regressing his progress back to zero every series. It's like, why? Like, that's why I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like, I love Yu-Gi-Oh's way of handling character arcs where, okay, at the end of the series, the character is like accomplished everything and they move on, and there we go. Or, you know, like, it makes sense. But, like, with Pokemon, I was like, oh, no, he just resets zero every single time. Other than Johto. Johto was the only time he actually didn't reset. Because, like, he actually, like, retained a little bit of his, he retained his team, and he retained a lot of the stuff. But, like, I'm okay with it, but I like that. I actually like what they did with that. Which is why I'm glad that they had him win Alola. Like, I remember, because the Alola thing happened at a time where I wasn't really following the Pokemon anime anymore, and I just remember everyone freaking out, like, Ash won the Alola League. No, I didn't miss a shiny. OSHAWOTT. OSHAWOTT hatched from the egg. I need to get some more water. Alright, I need to get some more water because we are out. Let's see, what's the timer on? Okay, so we got about, what, a few minutes? How much we got? We should have like 9 minutes left? 5 minutes left, okay. I'll go get the water after the thing. Shiny Tadbulb. No. Tadbulb's shiny is red. Yeah, that's shiny Tadbulb is very noticeable. Tadbulb's shiny is very noticeable. I know because we spent several streams hunting it. Yeah, that was not a shiny Tadbulb. Yeah, that was not shiny. That was not a shiny Tadbulb. It sticks out pretty heavily. No, Foxy. No pickles. Pickles are evil. Pickles are the root of all evil. They need to be expunged. You know what I'm gonna give, if we get to 3K before Tears of the Kingdom releases, if we get to 3K before Tears of the Kingdom releases, I'll eat pickles, alright? There's your other incentive to get me to 3K. You got 1 month to get me to 3K, Mudkip. Probably. I had 3 tiers of pickles from CFA Friday night. What is CFA? I have no idea what CFA is. And that's some sort of like regional thing. Maybe 2,000 alts. No. Alt Epiclip. No. Honestly, speaking of actually, I can't wait to get home compatibility. That's gonna be good. Egg. OSHAWOTT. Happy little water otter. Chick-fil-A. Oh! I have never heard anyone call Chick-fil-A CFA. Chick-fil-A. It's the same number of syllables. It's not actually shorter to say CFA than it is a Chick-fil-A. It's the same length. I guess maybe in text it's easier to send up, like in spoke, it's the same. It's like when the GSW, gunshot wound, is actually faster than GSW. Because one's 3 syllables, the other's 5. I learned that from CinemaSins. Don't really watch CinemaSins anymore, but they do have their moments. I was particularly fond. I was particularly fond of their Transformers Age of Extinction one. I still periodically go rewatch them because it's like Bronchitis Jeremy it sounds very amusing. Granted, that movie is absolutely stupid. But it's like, it's a Michael Bay Transformers movie. What do you expect? Like, you don't go to watch Michael Bay Transformers and expect high-class entertainment. You expect robots, explosions, and cars. And it's what you get. If you expect anything more, you're gonna be disappointed. Just remember, Mudkip, if you break the switch, that means you can't induce any future suffering in future streams. Because with no switch, there is no future streams. And no more suffering for you to consume. So I win. I always win. Ha. Ha 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 ha, I win, Mudkip. Victory is mine. But yeah, now I think with this egg hatch... Yeah, we are going to be... I'm going to go get some more water. I do need some more water. I will not eat pickles. I will not eat pickles for 2 hours. I detest pickles. I will possibly do a pickle-related thing. Possibly. I just despise them. You can't suffer on that. No. To that I say, no. So, ha. That is my answer. My answer is ha. Alright. So, 120, and then I can go make another sandwich. Actually, wait, no. Now we do the giveaway stuff. So, like, now you guys get stuff. Hey, pickle, not for 2 hours. Say eat 1 pickle. Maybe. That's gonna probably be a dono sort of thing. That's gonna need to be a dono incentive. Because, you know, it's pickles. I despise pickles. Alright, I'm gonna go get some more water, but also before that, who is the one that said they required... actually, I should probably connect to the internet. So, while I am gone... guys who said that they need... What's a pickle Rick, Mudkip? Those who need a OSHAWOTT, I can send those. Not surprise trade. For those who need an OSHAWOTT, I can send you one. Link code is going to be 19283746. 9283746. Go. I will be back shortly. Okay, so does no one need the OSHAWOTT then? I guess no one has the OSHAWOTT then. To be fair, aren't we all always hungry, Foxy? Like, are we not all always hungry? I know I am. I know I am, like, generally hungry. Knack. What is a Pickle Morty, Mudkip? Is that some sort of, like, Rick and Morty reference? Yeah, I think we're gonna do one more sandwich to round out the night. We're gonna do one more to round out the night. Well, I had the thing open. We can do it. We can do it after. We can do it now. We can actually just do it right now. Are you connected to the internet, Ghostface? It's not my kind of humor, Fox. It's not my kind of humor. It's very lowbrow humor, and that is not my sort of stuff. I just don't find it funny. Like, that's really the best way to say it. I just don't find Rick and Morty funny. Like, I'm not a fan of, like, Family Guy for the same reason. It's just not my kind of humor. Alright, let's try again. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I don't need anything in particular back. I don't need anything special. You can just send me, like, whatever filler stuff you got. That was weird. But did I misclick? Did I misclick? I didn't press any buttons. That was weird. I didn't press any buttons. Huh. Wouldn't be the first time the trade window has been freaking out on me. I didn't press any buttons. I didn't press anything on the controller. We actually may end off a little bit earlier than normal. Let's probably go find someone to go raid. Yeah, but I didn't press any buttons. Let's go find someone to raid. we go. Back to the hatch. Back to the hatching. Fox, do not make any alts. That will actually purge actual subs, Fox. Do not do that. Like, the thing is, that they will get purged immediately. Because, like, there actually is an algorithm that determines, okay, this is how recently someone was made. It has not done anything. Okay, purge. And it is very, very bad for the channel if that happens. So, like, that will actively hurt the chance of that ever actually happening. That's why we say it's so important for you to share this channel out for things, because, like, alt will only hurt the channel. So who should we raid? Who do we raid? We could raid Athena. She's doing a shiny starter Masuda hunt. Definitely someone to go. Oh, we got a ping. Oh, what's this? It seems that the shiny starter the shiny reaction compilation is doing very well. That's good. I'm glad the shiny reaction compilation is actually doing pretty good. I'm glad that that reaction compilation is actually doing pretty good. Okay, why is the eye going blurry? It's like fuzzy on the side of the eye. Okay. Okay, then we're probably ending soon then. My eye's kind of freaking out now. It's like it was like cloudy for a second, then it went away. We'll hatch the rest of these 2 eggs and then we'll go on a raid. There we go, open that. Okay. We're ending. We are not gonna raid the FBI. That is not a good idea. So, Mudkip, when is the results of, when are the results of the Splatfest going to be revealed? Alright. That is all for today. We're going to go raid Athena. She's doing a shiny starter Masuda thing. So let's send the love. I will see you guys next time. Let's rock and rolla. Oh, that's why it's going like freaking out right there. Okay. All right. I will see you guys next time. I should take this up to 5.